Welcome. Here we have an upper limb, and this is a right plastic upper limb model, and you can see it's a right upper limb because you can see the right hand there. You can see the palmar surface is now facing you. And here in the shoulder region, we can see firstly the deltoid muscle. So that's this muscle here, a large muscle on the lateral aspect of the shoulder. And just anterior to that, we have the pectoralis major. Now part of it is missing here, but you can see the part that attaches to the clavicle. So that's pectoralis major, and then the deltoid, and then on the posterior surface, which you're now looking at, the trapezius muscle is actually missing from this region here. There's a tiny bit of it left here. So you can only see a small part of the trapezius, sorry about that, but it would be fibres coming up here to the head and vertebrae, and then also fibres travelling down here to the thoracic vertebrae as well. So that's a few of the muscles there in the shoulder region. Now then, if we turn the upper limb around again, we look at the anterior aspect of the arm. Here we've got the biceps brachii, and you can see that from this medial, here's the medial surface of it. There's the anterior surface and there's the lateral surface. So there's the biceps brachii, and more posteriorly on the upper limb we have the triceps brachii. And so you can see the more lateral part of it here, more posterior part here, and then a medial view along here. So that's the triceps brachii. So that's what you need to know for the arm and the shoulder region. Now with the forearm there's a bit more. So we're looking at a few of the muscles of the forearm here. Here we have the anterior muscle group in the forearm. They're the flexors. And the ones we're interested in start here with pronator teres. And what people often do is kind of have 4 fingers like that and then just count 1, 2, 3, 4 for the muscle bellies that are there of the flexors, the more superficial ones. So the first one we come across, and remember it's the most lateral of them, it's the closest to the lateral aspect, which is over here, is pronator teres. Then we have flexor carpi radialis, then palmaris longus, and then flexor carpi ulnaris. So those are the 4 superficial flexors there. You can see that pronator teres, or you can see that they all attach proximally here at the medial epicondyle of the humerus, and that's something you can feel on yourself. It's quite a prominent surface anatomy structure. All those muscles attach proximally here. The pronator teres goes to the radius, and we can't see exactly where it's attaching, but it's about the mid shaft of the radius. Flexor carpi radialis attaches here to the wrist. Palmaris longus attaches here to the flexor retinaculum and the palmar aponeurosis, which you can see here. And then flexor carpi ulnaris again attaching to the wrist. And I think for your attachments in the lecture notes, it might just say hand for palmaris longus, so that will be enough for that. So there's the 4 superficial flexors, and then with the superficial extensors, there's a few more extensors than there are flexors, so let's just have a look at a couple of those, remembering that they're on the lateral and then posterior aspects of the forearm. So here we've got brachioradialis, extensor carpi radialis longus, and then extensor carpi radialis brevis right next to it, and then extensor digitorum, and then extensor carpi ulnaris. Now I've left out a few in there, but that's fine, that's deliberate. We just wanted to look at a few of them. Now with the distal attachments of those ones, approximately they're attaching to the lateral epicondyle of the humerus. Distally it varies where they go, but the brachioradialis comes to the distal radius, and the extensor carpi radialis muscles to the metacarpals, metacarpals 2 and 3. Extensor digitorum, you can see, travels all the way along to the ends of digits 2 to 5. So it goes all the way along those digits to the distal end. And extensor carpi ulnaris also coming to the metacarpals, so the wrist region. And that's that.